Hey guys, welcome to my first top 5 video in celebration of Pokemon's 25th anniversary. I hope to make plenty of Pokemon related videos that are not just Let's Plays throughout the year as the Pokemon Company announces how they will be celebrating this anniversary. Quick disclaimer, for this video I use the Cave of Dragonfly's favorite Pokemon picker, link in the description below, to eliminate the potential of forgetting one or two of my favorites in the process of picking out this list. With that said, let's get right into it. Starting off my list at number 5 is the bug fighting type Heracross. Heracross has been a favorite of mine since playing through Pokemon Soul Silver as a kid. Having to teach a Pokemon headbutt and then go through the whole process of learning exactly how the headbutt mechanic worked and the small chance of finding a Heracross made finding and finally catching a Heracross extremely rewarding. That doesn't even touch on the fact of how strong he is through the basic playthrough of Soul Silver or Heart Gold. Overall, Heracross is just an awesome Pokemon and has definitely earned their spot on this list. Coming in at number 4 is Luxray. Luxray and number 3 on this list are basically tied, but if I had to choose, Luxray ends up here at 4. Luxray and the Shinx line were actually my first shiny Pokemon before I even knew what shiny Pokemon were. It was my first time playing through a mainline Pokemon game on my brand new DS. My brother and I both just got DS Lites and our first Pokemon games, Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. I still remember going into Toys R Us and walking out with brand new copies of these games which we couldn't wait to play. In fact, we didn't wait to play them at all, and played them all the way home from Toys R Us, roughly about 40 minutes from our home. Once we made it home and began to exit our car, my brother accidentally bumped into me. I was around 7 or 8, and I was very, very upset. I lost my save file because my DS had crashed from the bump. I told my brother, I won't be mad if you get me to where I was before. I had a Turtwig and a Shinx on my team. As you can imagine, I wasn't incredibly far, but my brother did it anyway. He caught me up to where I was in the game, and when he went to go catch my Shinx, we both noticed it looked really different. We had no idea a shiny Pokemon existed, much less that they were so rare, but we found one. Once we realized what it was such an awesome feeling. He let me keep it on my file, even though he was the one who found it. My brother is pretty awesome. At number 3, we find Porygon II. Porygon II's story isn't as wholesome as the last story, but this evolution of Porygon does rank higher. Porygon II was actually the very first competitive Pokemon I ever properly bred from scratch, and used efficiently in online battle. Seeing the results of all the IV and nature hunting, as well as the EV training and acquiring the Eviolite, I became obsessed with the defensive monster. Toxic stalling and spamming recover became my go-to despite how annoying it must have been to play against. In second place, we find the 4th generation grass starter, Turtwig. As you might be able to guess, Turtwig was the first starter I ever picked in any Pokemon game. To this day, I still pick Turtwig anytime I play through Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, or Platinum. Something just stuck with Turtwig, and I can't really describe it. Something about Turtwig is just so lovable, and the fact that he evolves into a giant tree turtle is just so sick. Turtwig is really up this far in the list because of nostalgia and his awesome evolutionary tree, but that's okay, Turtwig is still awesome. At number 1, we find the one and only Rotom. A lot of people get confused by this pick with such a basic Pokemon at number 1. To some it just doesn't make sense. I've actually always thought Rotom's gimmick is super cool, and I love how each Rotom form seems to have their own little personality to go along with it. Switching forms and types is always super useful if you can get Rotom early enough in the game, especially for me, whose favorite type just happens to be electric. I actually shiny hunted for a shiny Rotom, hatching about 430 eggs in the process. I still have that shiny Rotom today in my Pokemon home, hoping to transfer it into the next generation Pokemon game. Well, that concludes my top 5 Pokemon list. What do you think of my list? Do we share some favorites, or do you absolutely despise my list? Whatever it is, let me know in the comments below, and thank you for watching. I'm hoping to make more videos in this style, so just let me know how I did.